All right, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 360 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing TKOG. And today I'm coming at you guys with the waifu deck. This deck's actually really cool. The artwork's dope, and the story behind it. You guys, if you guys didn't know, this archetype has their own YouTube channel, like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it's actually pretty cool. Like this deck's just really cool. I ain't gonna lie, the art references other cards from other archetypes, and you always love that. The feeling. It's pretty gas. I like the deck. It's not like broken. I think because this deck is so fair, you can't really hate on it. It's just good at what it does. It's a one card combo deck that allows you to play so many tech cards and defensive options and a lot of meta, like I should say anti-meta cards, but a lot of meta hate cards, and you could dang near main deck your side deck. So I really like this deck. I think that because it's so flexible, you can put more into this than you could put into Prinkets, because this deck doesn't really need anything outside of its normal summon. Like Prinkets have other cards you have to play, like their fusion spell. You know, they got to play their pranks, and you kind of have to play a certain amount of extenders. But this deck has its own in-archetype specific extender in the form of Life Twin Home and a card that searches it. So you essentially have 6 extenders on top of your normal summon, and those extenders are relevant. So yeah, this deck's really good at what it does. Just popping cards and drawing cards is what it does best, and that's good enough to beat almost everything when you're always drawing hand traps, and every card you draw is like another disruption because of how I built the deck. So if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll greatly appreciate it. Leave a like for the video if you like it. Leave a dislike if you don't like it, and let me know how I did in the comment section below. And if you want to support my channel, please consider backing me up on Patreon or becoming a member of my Discord. And honestly, I would appreciate either or. Let's get into it. So for starters, we are running 3 copies of Secret Password. This is both an extender and a starter, so I like that it's a multi-purpose flexible card, and it's whatever you want it to be in that situation. That's why if you if you already drew a starter and you have this, you don't want to activate this yet, because this actually lets you play through Gamma, and I'll explain why. So if you normal summon one of your twins and you get Gammaed, you now control no monsters. So if you activate this and now search Life Twin Home, you can use Life Twin Home to summon the corresponding twin that you didn't use, and because that's the only monster you control, you can then use that twin and then keep comboing through the Gamma like nothing ever happened. And if you had a talents, then you're just going to punish them. So yes, Secret Password is very good, as well as Life Twin Home, very good. This is an extender through every single hand trap that is not Nibiru. Ash, Imperm, Effect Veiler, Psyframe Gear, Gamma. Any hand trap that is not Nibiru, Life Twin Home extends through it. This is a 3 of. I do not care what anyone says. This is what allows you to play through stuff. People get trigger happy with their Dragoons, bro. People literally use Dragoon to negate your normal summon in this deck, and well, yeah, well, it's like, I get it, I guess, because they think it's going to end your turn. This card also punishes them, because you can just keep comboing. So this is honestly, as far as starters go, this is the best one, because it's both a starter and an extender at the same time. Then we have Live Twin Sunny Snitch. I do not think that this deck needed another searcher. I just don't think so. We were already playing Signet Mining, but this actually takes the space of Signet Mining. And if you guys run my list and you feel like you're still bricking, cut 3 cards out the deck, throw yourself in 3 Signet Minings, and you have 18 starters. But I'm just running 15 because I feel that that's enough. This card searches and it burns, and it's really good. It's just really good, you guys. Like, this card is really good. This is also an extender. Funny enough, these top 9 starters are all extenders. So I'll explain why Snitch plays through Ash and Imperm specifically, and Veiler. Because if you normal a twin, you get Ashed, Impermed, or Veiler, you can activate Snitch and search out the corresponding twin, whether it's Treat or Frost, special that, and then combo off like nothing ever happened. So this deck is very good, you guys. It naturally can play through at least a single hand trap, which is something, frankly, that I know it sounds crazy, but it's something that Prinkets actually can't do naturally. They naturally, without drawing extenders that are not like their R-type specific cards, they naturally will lose to an Ash. Because Prankit's way to extend requires for you to draw 3 cards. A normal summon, a Prankit card, and a Pranks, or a normal summon plus an extra Prank and a Pandemonium. So yes, Prankits can extend past their normal summon, but it takes 3 cards to do it, where this deck can do it with just 2. And they're archetype specific cards that are also searchable. So I'm not saying this deck's better than Prankits, because Prankits is a better deck, but this deck's ceiling for playing through hand traps is a little bit higher, because you don't have to throw in cards like Monster Reborn, 1-for-1 Instant Fusion, this, that, and the third. You don't really need to play any extenders. This deck gives you extenders naturally, and they're easier to use. They don't require an additional third card to use, you know, like a specific card at that, like another Prankin monster or name. But yeah, really good deck. And as you guys can see, I only play 1 Frost Run Treat because these are searchable. And so I find that you really don't want them unless you want the graveyard effect to come up again. Other than that, I'm totally fine with 1 of each. But the more you play, the more you can play through. So if Talents and Crossout Designator didn't exist, I would just play 3 of each so that I could always be able to combo through a Veiler, an Asher, and Imperm very, very easily. And then we're playing 1 copy of their Embodiment. So this card is not as good as Evenly Matched, I would say, but it's very similar, as it is an action that it makes your opponent do. So this card does out cards that are unaffected by card effects, because when your opponent gets rid of their card, it does not matter if it's an Ultimate Falcon or Masterpiece, because they are the one performing the action. The card inherently is not directly affecting them. So cards that are similar to evenly matched that force your opponent to do an action still can out cards that are unaffected by card effects. So for the simple fact that this card can out Masterpiece and Ultimate Falcon and other cards that are unaffected by card effects, even though your opponent could still choose to keep them, it's just the simple fact that this card has the ability to do that. More often than not, your opponent's not going to get rid of those cards. But the point is, it's an action that your opponent has to perform. So this card outs anything in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It outs anything. So yes, it's worth playing. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And that's my philosophy. So outside of that, the vast majority of the deck, pretty much the bottom half, is all tech cards and staples. This deck's very, very cool with how flexible it can be. This is one of my favorite things about this deck. I get to play droplets. I get to do stuff like activate Econ or Book or Cyclone or heck all of them, and Crossout or Talents or Call By or Imperm. And then I get to chain droplets and send all those cards for cost and get a really, really fat droplets and still get all those cards to resolve. So droplets is very good in this deck because I play so many quick plays and utility cards that help me to solve multiple problems that I can't solve with my archetype specific cards inherently. Like the Evil Twins can only do like 3 things. Like Link Climb, they can Link Climb, they can pop cards, they can draw cards. Well, like, no, it's not 3 things, I ain't gonna lie. Because, like, they do have their Embodiment, and they also have Sunny, and Sunny is a good spot removal. It's a very good spot removal. It actually just sends a card on the field to the grave. So, I lied. They can do 5 things. They can, no, actually 3 things. This is gonna sum up what this deck does. It provides spot removal, it Link Climbs, and it draws. Those are the 3 things that it does the most. And that's not going to beat everything, but that's good. I mean, heck, that's the embodiment of what Prank Kids do. They search, they draw, they Link Climb, and they just spot removal all the time. So, yes, it's good, but these tech cards allow me to do more than what my deck is already able to do. So, it expands my capabilities. So, we have Droplets. We have Emergency Controller. This card is very old, and nobody plays this card right now. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to put a lot of Live Twin players on this. So this card is incredible. So because a matchup that I feel is going to be one of my worst matchups in the future is going to be the Flunderies matchup. So the Flunderies matchup is going to be one of the worst matchups for this deck. So because of that, I'm maining the Droplets, I'm maining the Econs, I'm maining the Books, I'm maining the Cyclone, and I'm main decking the Talents. So if I get hit by that Barrier Statue, I can Droplets it, Or I can emergency controller tribute one of my twins off. I can take their Impin or their Ryza, and this also helps me to dodge Ryza's targets. And I can take that, then I can go battle phase, attack over the barrier statue, and then go ahead and activate Life Twin Home, and just kind of keep playing, you know, and just do the best that I can, you know, depending on what I have. If I go Life Twin Home, summon a twin, and then special out a Frost or a Treat, I can still keep comboing. Because you will control another monster, so it's not like what you summon off Life Twin Home can actually activate its effect. It's just you're going to need a more specific hand, but this does give you a really, really good ceiling going second. It enables you to play through more disruptions, and going first, this card is insane. This card is insane going first, you guys. You get free bodies anyways. You get so much fodder that you don't really need. Emergency Controller is just like a better Crackdown because it's a quick play spell. It's insane, you guys. This card is so good. It is so good. If people summon Verte and Akanda, I'll just take it and then give it back to them at the end phase. This card is so good. I don't know why more people are not playing this. This is a deck that can get away with playing it, and that's why I really like Emergency Controller. It's very, very good. It's good in the Flender matchup. If you play against Sword Soul, you can take their Chi Xiaos. You can take whatever. Dude, like, it's crazy. You can even make Chi Xiao miss its target. You can go summon twin. Effect of the twin, they go Chi Xiao. You chain in Emergency Controller, tribute the twin. Take their next threat. If they don't negate this effect, or if you have droplets, send this for cost if they try to negate it. And then you just keep playing. It's really, really nice. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. We have Double Book of Moon. Of course, like, because you take that monster, the twin you summon cannot activate its effect. But you got to think about it. If that twin gets negated, you're kind of in the similar position where you're just sitting on a twin. So at least now you can take one of their cards, use it to break their board, and if you have an extender, use it and keep playing. But it's better than just passing to one negate. So I do like Econ. There's a multitude of scenarios that come up where this card's pretty nutty. I play 2 Book of Moon. Very flexible card, just like Econ. It's diverse in the terms of going first and going second. A lot of applications with this card. It's good in the Flunder matchup. It's good in the Sword Soul matchup. It's only not good against Tri-Brigades going second. But going first, it's phenomenal against that deck. So, and Econ is also really good against Tries. Because this is the thing. You can take their Appaloosa. That's something else I forgot to mention that really would have you guys sold on Econ. You can take control of Appaloosa and use it against them. This card is insane. Yeah, you guys. And then I play Cyclone. This is good against Pranks. I'm just thinking about the meta, you know. This is also really good against Pranks. Man. I could just literally make a 10-minute video about Emergency Controller. Like, they literally summon Battle Butler, and then you activate enemy controller and take their Battle Butler. You can even tribute your monster for cost so that you control no monsters, so they can't chain Butler, because there's nothing that you have that they can destroy. So then you take their Butler and use it against them. This card's insane. Book forces Butler, book the Barrier Statue, book the Butler, book the Chi Xiao. I mean, dude, these cards are crazy. Cosmic Cyclone to hit the Pandemonium and standby. Hit the Flunderies trap card that activates in main phase to let them start normal summoning again. This is only going to be like really good if they don't have map. If they have map, you're in trouble, but at least Cyclone can answer one of them. And then Talents is just so broken. We already know. It helps you to push through hand traps. It helps you to break boards going second. Card takes Dragoon and uses it against them. These cards just make this deck better than what it naturally is. And then I do main Crossout, and my Crossout targets are pretty much all of my tech cards. I can Crossout for droplets. People probably aren't playing these, but I can Crossout for talents. I can negate Called By, and all the hand traps I play. I even play 1 Bell and 1 Nibiru just as Crossout targets, but also if I draw them, they are free disruptions. Ghost Bell hurts this deck because if you Ghost Bell Sunny, it does hurt. And also, Ghost Bell can prevent you from drawing or even disrupting your opponent on their turn. So that's why I play it, because some people are still going to be on it, and it's just another Crossout target. Crossout is very insane, and this deck can not only main Crossout, but it can main deck really good Crossout targets. And I can also side deck cards that people would side deck against me, and I can throw them in my main deck when I'm going first and Crossout for Evenly Matched and Lightning Storm. I mean, dude, this deck's just crazy because it can play broken cards like this, and a lot of them at that. Called By, One of the best cards in the game. And then I play Ash, Imperm, Veiler. These are all standard. Nothing really like special or unique about them. Like, these are the cards you just want to play. If you are playing hand traps, these are the best ones to main. The ones you want to side are going to be Nibiru, Lancia, and Droll. But I main Nibiru just in case. And this is like one of the only hand traps that can literally end my turn by itself, no matter what extenders I draw. Because they can just wait until I attempt to end main phase and then just drop a nib. The extra deck is just 3 of all the twins. I really want to play Avarice because I do run out of extra deck monsters a lot. I run out of these very fast. It's not early. It's like, I mean, it's not mid to late game. Like, you run out of these very fast. You run out of these early. And then I play 2 Sunny. I want to play 3, but I really like the Devotee Disciple package. It's really good at what it does, and I just like it. And I like the draw that it gives you, and it lets you play through stuff. We have Abomination and IP. Part of like your ideal in board is IP into the twins, and you just kind of just do a lot with a little bit. You get a lot of pops, you get a lot of draws, you link climb. That's what the deck does. And then the Centura package, Downward into Zeus, because 1 twin can make a Centura, and then you just go battle. Centura also can out Dragoon, and then you go Downward, and then you go Zeus. Centura is really, really good, you guys. Really, really good. And so, yeah, that is a deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how I did in the comment section below. Let me know what you do with your evil twins, and hopefully you at least get some ideas from me, because there are some really good options that this deck has in terms of tech cards that a lot of people should be cognizant of. And right now in the new format, honestly, Book, Emergency Controller, Cosmic, and Crossout Designator with droplets and talents, these are my favorite staples, and I would choose these over hand traps. Like, if I had to choose hand traps or these, I would choose these, because these are good in multiple situations. Going first and going second, these are great cards. These also get you out of sticky situations that hand traps cannot get you out of by themselves. And these can be used to break a board. In addition to already preventing boards from happening, these can be used to break a board too. So yeah, you guys, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out. And again, I just want to hear your feedback in the comment section. Deuces.